Hello everyone. In my previous three videos, I discussed about structure of nucleotide, discovery of DNA as a genetic material, and finally structure of DNA. In this video, I'm going to start with DNA replication. We know that DNA replication is process of reproduction of the DNA molecule. In this process, DNA molecule replicate itself and several copies of the molecules are produced. We know that the process of replication in prokaryotes or inside the bacteria take place in cytoplasm because prokaryotic cell do not have well developed, well organized nuclei. While in case of eukaryotic cell, the process of DNA replication is take place inside the well developed nucleus. In case of both pro and eukaryote, the replication process occur in three distinct stages: initiation, elongation, and termination. In initiation, the process of replication begins, or it is the start point of the replication, while actual copying of the DNA molecule is take place in elongation. And at the end of the replication process is stopped in termination. So these three are the important stages of the replication process. Actually, in the central dogma of molecular biology, replication, transcription, and translation is covered, and all these three processes is divided into three sub stages. That means transcription also have initiation, elongation, and termination, and protein synthesis or translation also divided into three stages: initiation, elongation, and termination. Now in my next three video, I'm going to discuss about prokaryotic replications, because both pro and eukaryotic replications are slightly different when we compare their enzymes and the process involved in every stages. Now we know that prokaryotic DNA replication is a process which takes place in cytoplasm, and generally if the prokaryotic DNA is circular, in that case the replication process in prokaryotic cell begin at a point, and this point is called origin of replication, and from this point replication process occur in directions simultaneously, and at the end the process terminate in terminator. Okay, so this happen when the prokaryotic DNA is circular. Okay, and if the DNA is linear, in that case the replication process start from any one end of the DNA, and then it travel the replication fork in a single direction and end at terminator sequence. This is the major difference when DNA is circular or linear. In prokaryotes, generally cell division occur by the process of binary fission. Okay, single cell a niche is formed in the cell, and from the single cell two different daughter cells are produced. While in case of eukaryotic cell, cell division occur during the cell cycle. Cell cycle is divided into two different parts. One is M phase and another is interphase. In interphase, there are three subphases: G1 phase or gap1 phase, S phase, and G2 phase. The replication in eukaryotic cell occur during the S phase or synthetic phase. Now in this lecture I'm going to focus on prokaryotic replication. So if the DNA is circular in the prokaryotic cell, then the circular DNA has a special site on it called ORIC site. This is the site from which the process of DNA replication is initiated. Now if we see the structure of ORIC site in detail, it will look like this. The origin of replication site in prokaryotic DNA having four conserved sequences called 4 repeats of 9 base pair long. That means every site of 4 conserved repeats have 9 base pairs in it, and downstream to these 4 repeats there are 3 repeats which are 13 base pair longs. Here you can see 3 different repeats, and each repeat is 13 base pair long. Actually upstream to the 4 repeats there is 3 repeats which are 13 base pair long. Actually these 3 repeats are 80 rich regions, means this 13 base pair have maximum A double bond T nucleotides in it. Okay, this will help in the initiation process. Now, when bacterial DNA have this origin of replication site, in the initiation process, there are various proteins which are involved, but the first protein which come is DNA A protein. 5 to 6 subunit of this DNA protein bound to the 4 repeats of 9 base pair long regions. And after binding of DNA protein to the 4 repeats, a loop is produced in the DNA. Here you can see first, second, third and fourth repeat of conserved sequence. When DNA protein bound to this conserved sequence, a loop of the DNA is produced, and due to the loop, a pressure is generated on 3 repeats of 13 base pairs, which are literally upstream to the this 4 repeats. Okay, due to the formation of this loop, a pressure is produced on these 3 repeats, and then second enzyme which come in the picture called histone-like protein HU, and with the help of ATP molecule, this HU protein melt some hydrogen bonds which are present in between 2 strands in these regions. Here you can see, due to melting of the hydrogen bond, a bubble is produced, and this melting is occur due to HU protein, and the melting require energy which obtained from hydrolysis of ATP. Now this is the second phase of the initiation. After formation of bubble, third important enzyme come into the picture, which is DNA B. This is a hexameric protein, and DNA C protein involved in uploading the DNA B protein or transporting DNA B protein on bubble. So DNA C protein directly do not have any function in the initiation process. It only transfer DNA B protein on melted DNA strands. Here you can see 2 DNA B proteins are transported on a single strands at a separate site. That means each strand of the DNA have single DNA B protein. This DNA B protein having helicase activity, it can unwind the DNA by melting the hydrogen bonds. So once this DNA B protein is uploaded on the DNA, the melting of the hydrogen bonds occur and 2 strands start separating from one another. Okay. After separation of the 2 strands, this DNA B protein going to separate or going to cleave the hydrogen bond in this direction, while this DNA B protein cleave hydrogen bond in downstream direction. Okay. Now the separated DNA strands can become close, and they again form hydrogen bonds. So to avoid this, a special protein is used called SSB, single strand binding protein. This protein having ability to keep DNA strand away from each other. So re-annealing of the DNA is avoided by SSB protein. So SSB protein separately bound to both the strand in the bubble and avoid re-annealing. After binding of the SSB protein, this portion of the DNA is look like this. Here you can see this is first strand and this is second strand, and this portion and this structure actually it is known as replication fork. Formation of replication fork is the most important step in the DNA replication of prokaryotic organism. Actually, after formation of the replication fork, the DNA is now ready to enter into the next phase, which is called as elongation. Before entering into the elongation, you have to notice one thing. Actually, one DNA strand in the replication fork, this is DNA B protein. One DNA strand in the replication fork run from 3' to 5' direction, while other strand run from 3' to 5' but in opposite direction. Now here you can see, now it is very good state to start the replication by DNA polymerase enzyme. But none of the DNA polymerase can initiate the process of replication. Actually, it requires 3' OH free group. And this 3' OH free group on both the strand is provided by a special enzyme called primase. So after binding of SSB to both the strand, primase enzyme come into the picture. This primase enzyme produce a short polynucleotide chain, and this is not a DNA, actually it is ribonucleic acid, RNA chain. Okay, and now this primer is provide starting point for synthesis of new strand. This 3' OH end is used in the next step by DNA polymerase enzyme for synthesizing new DNA strand by using this strand. Now, on one DNA strand, the direction of the synthesis is from 5' to 3' in this direction. And this strand is called leading strand. While in the other strand, if the DNA polymerase go like this, the direction become, as it is 5', this will be the 3' end. If the DNA polymerase starts synthesizing the new DNA in this direction, the direction becomes 3' to 5'. And it is not possible for DNA polymerase in bacterial cell to synthesize new strand in 3' to 5' direction, because we know that bacterial DNA polymerase can only polymerize or can only synthesize the new DNA strand in 5' to 3' direction. Okay, but on lagging strand, direction become 3' to 5'. So student may think that why not DNA polymerase go in opposite direction like this from 5' to 3'. But it is not possible, because on both the strand, leading as well as on lagging strand, DNA polymerase are attached to each other by tau dimer or tau subunit. And due to attachment, if this DNA polymerase on leading strand moving in 5' to 3' direction, simultaneously other DNA polymerase also move in the same direction. So on one strand, the polarity become favorable for the DNA polymerase in 5' to 3' direction, but in other strand, on lagging strand, it becomes 3' as it is 5'. The new strand become 3' to 5', and this is not good for DNA polymerase. So the enzyme have to solve this problem to synthesize new DNA on lagging strand. And this problem can be solved by synthesizing new strand in opposite direction. Here you can see in short fragments. It is called as Okazaki fragments. In the next video, when I'm going to discuss elongation, in that part I'm going to discuss in detail about Okazaki fragment, how DNA polymerase synthesize lagging strand in opposite direction. Okay, so in this video, we study the process of initiation in brief. In that, first of all, ORIC is the site from where the DNA replication is initiated. This site having 4 repeats of 9 base pair and 3 repeats of 13 base pair. First, DNA enzyme bind to the 4 repeats of 9 base pair and form a loop. Due to this loop, a pressure is generated on the 3 repeats of 13 base pair regions. Now, these regions, in this region, DNA hydrogen bond is melted by HU protein with the help of hydrolysis of ATP molecules. Due to melting of these hydrogen bonds, another enzyme come into the picture, which is DNAB. It is a hexameric protein. It is the protein which have helicase activity. So now DNA-C load DNA-B protein on both the strands separately, and now this enzyme going to cleave the hydrogen bond in 2 opposite direction and to separate the DNA strand. The separated strand of the DNA is held away from each other by single stranded binding protein. And finally, primase enzyme come. This primase enzyme is RNA polymerase, which have ability to synthesize short primer on leading as well as on lagging strand. In my next video, I'm going to discuss about elongation of the DNA replication in prokaryotes and a special enzyme which carry out this process, that is DNA polymerase. Thank you.